everyone, my name is Fran, one half of the Corporate Breakout Couple. And did you know there's tons and tons of videos on YouTube that tells you how to become a millionaire? Well, in today's video, I'm not going to do that, okay? Today's video is titled How Not to Become a Millionaire. So stay tuned and let's go. Did you know as human beings working in the corporate sector, we would have earned $1 million or $2 million in our lifetime? Yes, it's true. For example, if you earn $50,000 per annum after tax, it means that it will take you 20 years to earn $1 million take-home pay. Now, if your salary is double of that, which means $100,000 per annum after taxes, it means it'll take you only just 10 years to have earned $1 million. So this means that if you've been in the corporate sector for between 15 and 20 years already, you would have earned an accumulative $1 million or more already in your career. The thing is, most of us do not keep that money, do we? We spend it on housing, we spend it on food, and also, of course, there are certain common mistakes that keeps us from building wealth. So let's explore that in this video today. Before we get into the meat of things, a little backstory on us. My husband John and I, we are financially independent since the year 2020, and we love to make videos like this for you guys. Please help to like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of our videos. A few months ago, I did a video on YouTube Shorts stating that 70% of lottery winners end up broke, which means that they can easily get millions of dollars, but they do not know how to keep them. It actually doesn't matter which country you're from. This statistic, 70%, holds true no matter where you are. You see, this happens when people suddenly receive a huge payout or a large sum of money that is coming to them. It could be from insurance payout due to a death of a loved ones, or sometimes it could be inheritance as well. Let me give you an example. In 2017 in Singapore, a woman received almost $1 million after her husband was killed in a freak accident. This money was an accumulated amount from insurance payouts and also donations from the public. Just 2 short years later, in 2019, all that money is gone. So where did all that money go? Well, according to the article, she gave some of it to her relatives, she spent some on a holiday with her family, and she lost a big chunk of it to bad business investments. As you can see, it all boils down to mindset and financial literacy. You can have millions of dollars coming in your way through inheritance, insurance payouts, or even by your own 2 hands. But if you don't have the mindset and the financial literacy on to keep it, it will all be gone in a flash. You know, you might be telling yourself, if I'm in her shoes or in their shoes, I would never do that. I'll wisely put all that money into investments. Well, if you think that, maybe you might want to hear this example. John and I, we actually know of people who are earning 30, 40, 50, 60,000 Singapore dollars a month, and they live paycheck to paycheck. Now, in order to earn this amount of money per month, it actually means that you are in a high-paying job, which also means that you are of a certain caliber, isn't it right? So why are they living paycheck to paycheck? Well, the answer is very simple. It's called living beyond your means. Living beyond your means is a prime example of why people who have the capacity to earn millions of dollars in their lifetime keep none of it, and it is a prime example of how not to be a millionaire. One surefire way of not to be a millionaire is spending more than you earn. Overspending on luxuries, travel, gadgets, and entertainment can quickly eat up your income. Let's say you earn $50,000 take-home salary a month. Wow, it might seem a lot, right? Which it is. It is a lot of money for someone to earn. However, you live in a big house, you have a couple of helpers, your wife goes on shopping sprees, you take luxurious holidays, your kids go to international schools, you drive big luxurious cars. At the end of the month, you might find that, hey, I maybe have only a couple of $100 left. Another way for you to not be a millionaire is to go on impulse buying and emotional spending. Do you often buy things on a whim or when you're feeling down? Or even when you're feeling bored and nothing to do, you take a walk to the mall and you go and window shop but end up coming home with bags and bags of shopping? Everywhere you go, whichever way you turn, the whole world wants your money. Banks especially are very good at doing this. They'll lure you in by asking you to deposit large chunks of money so they can give you that tiny little bit of interest. In reality, what they're doing is they're taking your money and they're going to lend it out so that they themselves can spend more money. Nowadays, buy now, pay later schemes are all the rage, and this actually leads to more impulse buying and emotional spending on your end. In Australia, almost 1/3 of Australian adults use buy now, pay later. For consumers in Australia, the appeal of having items instantly has led to a high adoption rate for buy now, pay later. I can totally see the appeal for Australians for the buy now, pay later scheme. As many of you may know, Australians actually get paid on a monthly basis, but many of them still get paid on a bi-weekly or weekly basis. I'm extremely familiar with Australia because I handled sales for Australia and New Zealand for 7 whole years, as well as I have many friends and relatives living in Australia. Payday in Australia is usually a Thursday, which is why Thursday night, late night shopping is all the rage in Australia. But usually, according to what my friends and family tell me, by Monday, most of them have already run out of money. Buy now, pay later to them is a dream come true because you can still eat at nice restaurants, but here's the thing, you can defer the payment for that restaurant bill to 4 to 6 installment payments. Now, let's go to Malaysia. You know, when you take a walk in the mall, it's quite scary. All the shops are all advertising, not the item, but they're advertising in big, huge banners, 0 interest installment plans. This means you want to buy a new iPhone? Sure, not a problem. Just go on the 0 interest installment plan for 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, even 60 months. So do you see the danger here? Hey, I need a new TV. No problem. Go on a 0 interest installment plan. How about a new set of snazzy headphones? No problem. I can afford that. I go on a 0 interest installment plan. How about a new laptop? No problem too. So this problem becomes a huge one when it's all stacked up, right? The problem here is the perception. These guys, either buy now, pay later or the long-term installment plans, they want you to perceive that you can actually afford the item. For example, there's a great promotion on a TV and it's $4,000, but you actually break it down into a $100 installment plan. And then a laptop catches your eye, the latest model, and it's $3,000. And guess what? It's also $100 installment plan. So you think to yourself, okay, it's not too bad. I can swallow a $200 a monthly installment plan. But in reality, don't forget, you're actually carrying a $7,000 debt. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, this $7,000 you actually have no business being in debt to. Another way of how not to be a millionaire is to deploy traditional methods of saving. It is extremely rare to hear of someone becoming extremely wealthy just by saving alone. Even if you're someone extremely disciplined and you save every month, there's a good chance your money might be eaten up by inflation. $1 million here today in 2024 isn't worth as much as the $1 million 20 years ago. This is the reason why you cannot rely and deploy traditional ways of saving money, because the value of money today in 2024 is dropping much faster. Well, I hope I've given you a clear understanding on how not to be a millionaire. So if you want to be a millionaire, make sure you avoid all these financial mistakes. The first hurdle you actually need to go through is your mindset and your understanding on financial literacy. That's step number 1. Very, very crucial. Don't be like the example I gave of that lady who actually had $1 million in her hands and she lost it all. What are some of the other ways on how not to be a millionaire? Perhaps you know some other money mistakes that I've not covered, so we'd like to hear from you. Put it into the comments below. That's it from me, Fran, one half of the Corporate Breakout Couple. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this video with all your friends. See you in the next video. Do you know we have an awesome community of like-minded people who want to win in life called the Breakout Community? Click on the link below to find out more and join. See you there.